Hi, Jake.
Hey, Abdul.
Hi. Thank you for having us here.
Yeah.
So very excited for this event, especially because it's all about new features which Pega Infinity 24.2 is bringing in.
Yeah.
Especially with blueprints. So help us understand what are blueprints for anyone, all the viewers who are interested to try out blueprints. Help us understand how is it different from what we were doing before.
Yeah. So the first thing I would say whenever we're talking about Blueprint and trying it out is my first encouragement is go try it out, and you can do that at pega.com/blueprint. If you're already familiar with Pega and you have a login for things like Pega Community or Pega Academy, it's the same login. So first thing I'd say is use that. Where it differs, well, that really comes down to what is Blueprint. And Pega GenAI Blueprint is a tool to really speed up your time to delivery. It's a tool that utilizes a combination of Pega industry knowledge and GenAI to help you build, just as the name implies, a blueprint for a Pega application. So give it a few descriptions and details. What industry are you in? What sub-industry? What kind of department might you belong to? And then what is the purpose of your application? And with just those details, which the Blueprint experience is very guided, it tells you exactly what you need to do and even has tooltips to help you write good details, it will help generate a blueprint for your application. But it doesn't just make it for you and put it in front of you. It's a tool to speed up that development because you can configure within Blueprint. And that's part of where it differs from maybe traditional Pega development. Reuse has always been core to the Pega platform, and that can really speed up your time to delivery. But if we're starting from scratch, or we're a developer who doesn't have as much experience, or even if you're a very experienced developer, Blueprint allows you to really generate things that are new. And when I say things that are new, I don't just mean a standalone application. I also mean new case types you can extend into existing applications.
Makes sense. Very interesting. So is this just limited to people who have been Pega development, or anyone from the industry who doesn't have knowledge of how coding works or any programming works? Can he also jump into this and try out his ideas into solutions?
Absolutely. It is for anyone who is interested in developing a solution using the Pega platform. I see a lot of experienced Pega developers using it to speed up their delivery, but I see a lot of business teams and business users using it to kind of look at what's an example of Pega best practice, or even just what's an example of industry best for a use type, a workflow, because what it does is it really uses Pega best practice knowledge and GenAI and your input to create something for you. So it's a great place to try out ideas and get creative with it. You can stay kind of within the guided lines of selecting things that Pega already has available for you, or you can really go rogue and type in your own use case and your own description, and if you want to, try it out. Get a little silly. I've seen people put in things like, I need an application to run a llama rental business, or I need an application to plan an entire family vacation. While that's not the purpose of Blueprint, you can be very creative. And that is, I only say that, Abdul, just to explain how easy it is.
Yeah, you can get your hands dirty with all these examples, is what you're saying, which is absolutely what every developer should be doing. So if you have to give a roadmap for any Pega developer who wants to start his career in this thing, what would be the ideal place to start?
With Blueprint, I would say the first thing is go to Blueprint. Go to pega.com/blueprint and start building some blueprints. Play around, make some configuration changes, generate a few case types, look at what they look like, change their descriptions, and ask Blueprint to regenerate those case types. See how those changes differ. Obviously, we can go very deep in getting your career started in developing in Pega with Pega Academy courses and certifications, and I think those are important. But if you're just curious about Blueprint and getting started, it's a free tool. Go in there, start using it, and get your hands dirty and get familiar, because I don't know if I mentioned this yet, Abdul, but when you create a blueprint, it's not just a for fun tool. It will generate a blueprint file you can download and import into a Pega environment and start configuring and building from there. So jump in and get started.
You nailed it there. You nailed it on that one. So from a future standpoint, how safe do you think are these when we are marching towards a different era of technology, if you know? So from a future standpoint, how safe do you think this is? If someone puts this under his belt, do you think this is going to make a huge difference in his career?
I mean, I think it could be a great difference. I mean, we talk about it, and we're not the only people talking about it. AI is really driving a lot of innovation and change in the industry. Not just GenAI, but GenAI is kind of the hot topic, and we're talking about Blueprint. It's definitely certainly something that I think people should be taking advantage of for their personal careers, but also we see our clients and organizations
solving
taking advantage
problems
of these
Yeah.
features,
Yeah.
right? So I certainly think it's something to invest some time
It's also helping solve huge problems within the industry.
Yeah.
Could be healthcare, banking, insurance. I just built my first blueprint.
Yeah.
I can tell you it was within minutes I could see magic happening.
Yes.
If you scale back a few years before and to what we are able to generate without writing a piece of code, you are just building out a complete blueprint. It is phenomenal.
1000.
Well, thank you for having us, and very pleased to have you here. And thank you for answering all our questions.
Of course, and thank you for coming.
Have a good one. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Thank you. The event is sadly coming to an end, and I'm disappointed our time together is done. But we have the T-shirt draw, so there it is. Matt's my Vanna White for the first T-shirt. I don't know if you have your tickets out. People did not write their names on these. Okay, so 265045. If anyone's here with 265045. 265045, okay. Well, if you have that, you get a t-shirt. All right, let's pick one more. They're coming on with Matt. All right, 265040. Anyone with 040? Oh, there we go. We got a winner. Go grab your from the registration desk. We got it. Primerica's cleaning up. All right. 265043. Anyone with 043? No. All right. And one more. 265048. Yes. No. Not yet. 7. 265047. You can get your t-shirt at the registration desk. They're actually really comfortable. And one last one, 265046. Anyone with 265046? Nope. All right, so I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who made the event possible today. It took a lot to make this work. Our keynote speaker, Matt. You good? So we'll say thank you to Matt for flying in and being our keynote after a crazy Europe World Tour. All of our solutions consultants here who traveled far and wide to stand for 3.5